What's up, y'all? It's Poppins Cracking It. Steve Boss here after this video by Jesse James West. It's titled The Secret Behind America's Obesity Epidemic. Okay. Someone sent me this to check out. Let's see what's on here. Let's watch.
This man is overweight, but is it his choice? Today I'm going to investigate the obesity epidemic and find out if fat people are victims or if they're just lazy.
You can expect obese people to be a little bit lazier.
And I'm going to talk to everyone on both sides of this debate. And I'm just going to warn you, it gets ugly.
I think parents should be charged with child abuse if their child is obese.
I agree.
Is obesity a choice?
I believe obesity is a choice.
It is a choice.
Yes, 100%.
No, I don't think it's a choice.
Obesity is not a choice. It is a disease.
Yes,
Why do you think so?
because you know
It's a self-inflicted disease.
when things start to get out of control and you just keep eating and not stopping. So I definitely feel like it's a choice.
Why do you choose to not be obese?
Because I like to look good in a dress.
She says it straight. She says it straight.
You want me to be honest?
I don't think it's always a choice. Sometimes with schedules, sometimes people don't know, like they have certain health conditions, hormone fluctuations.
I feel like people use that as an excuse. Of course, there are some exceptions out there where some people have no control. But for the most part, the vast majority of people, it is a choice. So stop with the some people. Let's not talk about some random people out there in the universe that you ain't never even met before. Let's talk about you, all right? I ain't talking about her specifically, but I'm just speaking in general terms because I'm always seeing people being like, well, some people, thyroid issue, shut up. Do you have a thyroid issue? And even when you do have certain conditions, because I follow a lot of weight loss people, okay? Some of them are successful, some of them not. But some of them will use the excuse, oh, I got PCOS. Like, you got all these excuses in the book. But the reality is, even when you do have certain conditions, you still can manage your weight. It doesn't mean that you're just bound to be obese. That is cap and that is an excuse. So you still have total control over what you eat. Another common lie that people tell themselves, it's so much more expensive to eat healthy. And it's like, that is not always the case. Like that, there's so many videos on YouTube you can look up right now, low cost ways to eat healthy. So that is a crock of shit. Of course, if you go to a restaurant or mainly like a fast food place, they will charge way more for a salad versus like a smaller burger. But that's why you don't go to those places. That doesn't make any sense. You go to your grocery store and beans are cheap as hell, rice. There's so many things that you can eat that are super cheap that will help you manage your weight. So that is, again, an excuse. People love to just lie to themselves and feed themselves all these excuses for why they can't change and why they can't do better. But you can. You're just choosing not to. That's a choice.
Can really hurt, especially for women. No shade, but men.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm just joking.
No
It
shade,
is
but
harder
men
for
like
women.
my fiance, for example, he can eat anything and burn it off within like a week or two. But for
they
women,
got
we're
more
meant to have
muscle
kids, so
mass.
we do hold fat.
What would you classify
But not that
yourself
much.
as?
It's
Not
a gray area. Like, I'm healthy, but I'm definitely obese.
Girl. You know what?
I need to lose weight.
What are you doing to fix that?
I'm here.
Let's go. She's grinding. She's grinding right now. Do you think?
That remind me of this girl I watch. I know I always bring her. It's this chick, her name is Amberly Ring, and she has said that this woman, mind you, is 500 pounds, and she's like, yeah, I went to the doctor and they said you healthy, but you obese. Girl, no. If you obese, you're not healthy. Sorry to break it to you. I'm sorry. That's not you're not in a healthy body. If you young, you may, have the privilege of being in a body that is free of disease. That don't mean you healthy though. That means that time is on your side and your body isn't breaking down yet, but it will very rapidly if you take time or you take too much time to lose weight. So yeah, saying you healthy but you obese, that don't make sense.
That airline should charge more for
Your organs are struggling. They just haven't gotten so bad that you have diseases or ailments yet if you're young. But trust me, that's gonna change. That's why, anyway.
People taking up 2 seats, or should that second seat be free?
Free? Is that a joke?
No, not free for the plus size, man. Why are you getting treated? You gotta work that off, man.
Do you think they should charge?
Yes, charge, bro.
If you're taking up 2 seats, you're gonna pay for those 2 seats.
Yeah, what?
Because it's your choice to be overweight or obese in that
I got
seat.
that mic.
So why should an airline give you a discount or some type of rate just because you're choosing? Absolutely,
That's wild.
you should not be able to get a free seat just because you're white.
I would love it if they did give a second seat free. So are you on Team Free? I'm on Team Free only because right now it benefits me. But at the same time, I do understand that just because it's nice doesn't mean necessarily that it's something that I'm entitled to. I mean, but they don't make it easier on you. The fact that they make things so expensive and the fact that they keep taking space away. Over the years, they keep making things more and more cramped, which makes things more difficult.
Opinions are pretty split down the middle, so I wanted to know what an expert thought. Dr. Mike Israel, pleasure.
I love
Great
him.
to see ya. Is obesity
I'm subscribed to him. I watch his videos all the time. They've helped me a lot.
a choice?
No. If you come up to people who have made a choice, let's say to wear a purple shirt today. Okay. They looked at 2 shirts in their closet, blue, purple. And you come up to them, you go, I got a magic pill that'll turn your shirt blue. They're gonna be like, I'm good, I actually chose purple. That's how you know they made an active choice. How many people can you legitimately come up to on the street and you say, hey, I have a pill that just completely eliminates all of your body fat. You're gonna take it, you're gonna just like zap into a lean person's body. How many of them are gonna be like, nah, I wanna be like this? Sumo wrestlers and almost nobody else. So by that very, very direct reasoning, obesity is not a choice.
Everyone was comfortable sharing their controversial opinions when they
If you want to get technical, psychologically, if you could change it, you would. But I mean, you could, if you put in the work, you can change it. It's not easy though. That is a common misconception. People will say, "Oh, it's easy to lose weight." It's definitely not easy, but I don't agree with that.
were alone with me. But I wondered,
It's
what
still
would
a
happen
choice.
if
You
they had
made
to
the, or should I say, you made the choice to be obese. I'll say that.
confront each other.
Well, that
I
means
got
it's a
3
choice
fit
by
influencers
definition.
together with 3 fat influencers to see if there's a common ground on this controversial topic. Is obesity a choice?
I do think that it's a choice. I do not agree with being obese in any way, shape, or form. I don't think it's a good thing in any way, shape, or form.
And that's why I can disagree as well. I don't give a fuck. Ain't no I agree or disagree. I don't care what you do with your life and your body. That is your personal decision. I'm never trying to shame nobody for the body that they in or how they choose to live their life. But I'm a person of reality. I live in reality. So you're not about to piss on my leg and call it rain. So, I'm a, give my opinion about certain things. But ultimately, however your body look, that's your body. That ain't got shit to do with me. I don't care. I would never be like, I don't agree with the obesity move. I don't agree with you being obese. I don't give a fuck.
You can't argue physics, calories in, calories out. That's a scientific fact. But there's other hurdles that I've had to overcome with genetics that make it so much harder than the average person.
Just by looking at you, I can see you're lazy and
Ooh.
lack discipline in that aspect.
Ooh.
I know just from talking to you guys that you are, influencers, you're doing bigger things and, probably have good work ethic when it comes to that, because I understand we all understand what that entails. When that's all the data that you have, there's a judgment made, and, for you guys, that it's a negative one from healthier people physically.
Do you think that being obese means that you're lazy?
So the average analysis of like 100 people, obese versus not obese, is the only difference between them, randomized sample from the United States. By a small margin, you're going to find more lazy people in the obese section. Because for any given level of food drive, which you assume is kind of average, if you're a little bit lazier, you get much heavier. If you're a little bit more diligent, you could say, I'm going to make healthier, better choices, really keep my weight under control. Probably most of obesity.
Some people, though, it is just due to ignorance. Like, they don't really understand nutrition. They don't understand diets. So they'll fail so many times on diets because they're probably trying to eat like 1,000 calories a day or some shit. They keep failing that, and then they are stuck in this obese cycle. But not necessarily because they're overweight or because they're lazy. It could just be because they don't have the knowledge.
Laziness is not an explanatory factor, but on the margins,
But
yeah.
But then that's a choice to not educate yourself, because in 2024 there is no excuse at this point. Watch some fucking YouTube videos. That's how I learned everything. Watch YouTube videos. Look up some shit on Google. Like that. It's still not an excuse. You still making a choice to be obese. Let's be clear. Going back to that point. But yeah, I do feel like it doesn't automatically mean you lazier.
On average, not for any individual person, on average, you can expect obese people to be a little bit lazier.
I went so many years of my life making negative decisions
I'll stop pausing. I'll
in
be after
turn
too much. My bad.
made me obese. I would have people say to me like, let's go outside and do something active. And I'd be like, no, I don't want to.
Heaviest I ever used to weigh was 310 pounds.
And what are you weighing now?
235.
So you've lost almost 100 pounds.
Yeah.
I've lost about 65 pounds.
Is it ever okay to be obese?
Yeah, it's okay to be obese by default. Like, you know what I'm saying? You look good to me, girl. Hey, any obese girls out there, you feel me? I'm married, but my wife and I, the bed is really big. But what was the question again?
To me, it's crazy that people don't prioritize their health. If you are so, overweight and unhealthy that you have incarcerated yourself in your own body and you literally can't do anything, like what good is money? What good is status? What good is anything without your health?
Believe me, I feel it. I mean, there's some days when I'm getting dressed to go out, and like the way that I envision the outfit in my mind and when I put it on, it's two completely different things.
As influencers, we're all kind of privileged. I can afford a gym membership, I can afford nutritious food. What about a person who lives in a food desert? They can't afford a gym membership, they're working 60 hours a week trying to support their family.
You think those people are obese?
Myself personally, I used to live in environments where I didn't have access to, the resources as far as proper nutrition, so I had to literally go out my way to go get the proper nutrition. I refuse to be a victim of my environment, so at the end of the day, you gotta want it.
Do you think a person's weight is entirely their responsibility, or are there other factors?
Something can be entirely your responsibility, even though there are other factors at play. Like let's say a truck drives by and splashes me with dirty water. It's still my responsibility to get my shirt cleaned, even though it wasn't my fault. So obesity can be entirely not your fault. Usually it's not much your fault. Like you just have dog genetics for being fucking hungry and wanting snacks all the time, and that's just a real thing. The responsibility for your body belongs entirely to you. So it is absolutely your responsibility, but also it doesn't have to be necessarily your fault.
Did you know that if you go to Gymshark.com and use code Jesse,
Are overweight, fat.
Beautiful in their high quality clothing, code Jesse10, baby. Is the word fat offensive?
No, I do want to have the caveat for a lot of people who are overweight, fat, whatever word you want to use. There's trauma. We can talk about sensitivity or not. I'm not sensitive anymore, but I used to be. Society has turned that into a negative word. It is a descriptor word. I am a fat person. I've modeled for Columbia. I've done stuff for Eddie Bauer and other big companies, REI. I get in my DMs people who are larger than me or plus size like me or fat like me saying, thank you so much for putting yourself out there because you put yourself, I saw you in those clothes out on the trail.
I feel like it's not offensive, especially when people are undeniably fat. But when you kind of like on that line of, are you being kind of chubby? When people start calling you fat, then that's when it's like, all right. I think that's when it can be kind of rude, offensive. But these people, I would for sure describe them as fat. But if you are, well, I guess that's subjective.
In the gym, I got the motivation to go do it.
I totally disagree with the plus size models and all that stuff because I think that it is advocating for unhealthy lifestyles and choices and it's kind of normalizing it and saying it's okay to be this fat. I look at it purely as unhealthy.
So I got perspectives from fit people, fat people, and people in the middle of their weight loss journey. But I wanted to hear from someone who experienced both extremes.
All right, I'll stop right there. If you guys want to check out the rest of his video, it will be linked down below. But yeah, I don't agree with that sentiment that, plus size models are promoting obesity. I think that's so goofy. Or when people say anyone online who's just living their lives and being themselves are promoting obesity, they're just being themselves. Do you expect them to just run in a hole and die? Like, I'm confused. If they are not actively eating horribly on camera and saying like, oh, you should eat like this too, fuck what they talking about, eat what you want, get fat like me. If they're not saying that, then they're not promoting obesity. Some people do that though, and they call it fat acceptance. I think that's promoting obesity, but the people who are simply just living their lives and, if they happen to be models because they look good in their clothes and they have confidence and they know how to, work a runway, there's nothing wrong with that. And I wouldn't say they're promoting anything. They're just living their lives as a larger body person. So I think it's very weird when people make comments like that. But ultimately, it's your life, your body. Do what the fuck you want. People gonna have opinions though. You can't stop people from having an opinion on, everything. People literally have an opinion on everything in this world. You are no exception. So people are gonna make comments about the way that you look and your lifestyle and whatnot. But ultimately, do what the fuck you want. We got one life to live. So make your own decisions, and you gotta live with those. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think though. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.